Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome back to Revolution, your favorite developmental brand, and it's a huge episode today. Not only is the episode 60 of season number 2, isn't that a crazy number that we've reached already, but we will also be having in tonight's main event the Revolution Championship on the line in an elimination fatal 4-way, building up for months now, and now that is coming to full fruition. But first tonight we kick things off with a traditional debut versus debut matchup. The winner gets themselves a contract here in Revolution, and we're back in the women's division. And of course, in the transition between 2K18 and 2K19, we did lose quite a few women in that transit, which is why we need more, because you can never get enough of the women's wrestling, especially in WIW. If you've seen some women's matches, you would be amazed, honestly. Kicking us off is Kyrie Brooks, making her way down to the ring. And Kyrie Brooks ready to show what she can do. Remember, only the winner gets a contract here, so it's not about really, well, I mean, it is showing what you can do as well, because of course, if the GM's not impressed, they can can your contract at any time. So for Kyrie Brooks, it's about showing how she does in the ring, what she's capable of, but it's also about getting the result by any means necessary. And I'm sure that will go for her opponent as well, who's ready to step into the ring. And her name is Katherine Williamson, making her way down to the ring in a lot darker clothes there. Looking very intimidating indeed. And the game face is on, as you can see. 100% confidence in themselves is what they need tonight if they're going to get the job done. They know that this is not going to be an easy fight. Both these women, they've trained hard. They've worked even harder to get to this point to earn themselves the trial match. And in a growing women's division, which is already the biggest division out of all 3 brands, as it has been since it debuted, it's going to be even harder to stand out in the women's division. So you need to prove yourself, and you need to do it in a big way. And tonight is 100% the best way you're going to do it in your debut versus debut match. The bell rings, and away we go. Kyrie Brooks and Katherine Williamson. Already you can see a noticeable size difference. I can't tell if that's because Kyrie Brooks is particularly small. She does look very small, but she's in trouble early on as a Boston Crab is applied. She's able to wriggle out of it there. And Kyrie Brooks, oh god! Definitely looks a bit on the smaller size, but that doesn't mean that Katherine Williams isn't an oversized woman. She is pretty huge. She does look to be in the taller range. She looks like she could probably tower over me, to be fair. But that isn't stopping Brooks. Oh my god! What a DDT onto the apron from Kyrie Brooks! Taking the big woman, clean off her feet. Oh god! Did she just take out the ref? Kyrie Brooks guts up the ref back to her feet, but Kyrie Brooks flying in all cylinders, and she doesn't care who she wipes out right now. Katherine Williamson, I thought maybe she'd be the one going in, flying in with the high power offense, but it looks like the high octane speed and persistence of Kyrie Brooks is shining through in this one. Huge drop kicks in the corner, and she hypes up to the crowd, who are loving every second of it. What a showing from Kyrie Brooks. Initially, I wasn't sure which way this was going to go. I have no prior information on these women, other than the applications that they send in. Oh god, there's the strength on display from Williamson. All I know is that these women have been working for a long time to get this opportunity. They won't want to let it slip. And right now, neither one of them is showing signs of giving up. But it does show signs of a clear bit of control from Brooks, who is right now manhandling the much larger opponent of Katherine Williamson. What a display it's been from Kyrie so far. Slams her down. And this is what I'm talking about with the women's division. They never fail to amaze me. A few weeks ago, we were talking about how it was going to be impossible to top the debut performance of Akane Hirayama after her incredible high-flying performance. But look at the amazing display from Kyrie Brooks. I am absolutely amazed, and I think her opponent is as well, as she's hit with a super kick to the jaw. bringing the fight to a whole new level. And now she thinks she's got the answer to put her away. Huge knee to the jaw. The referee down for the count. But it's only a 2. And a very prompt 2 at that. Worry signs maybe. And now Williamson looking to put her away maybe. Oh, military press. Williamson now, after a huge amount of offense, could now go on to do some serious damage in this matchup. Kyrie Brooks, though, she's just so quick, so agile, and she really is showing her dominance overall in this match. Williamson, if she has anything left in the tank to show what she can do, she has to do it now. But Kyrie Brooks, what an incredible performance. This is the type of level, the type of energy, the type of skill that you need to show if you're going to be a WIW superstar. And so far, I've been impressed with someone start quite like I have been impressed with Kyrie Brooks. Williamson now desperately needs to regroup, needs a new strategy, because right now she can't even get her get in an edgeway in this matchup. And Brooks wisely staying on top of her. Remember, it doesn't always have to be clean, especially in this first match, where the result is the most important part. Stomping away repeatedly into the chest of the much larger Williamson, trying to keep her down and making life a hell of a lot easier in the long run. Williamson, she will show some incredible strength and willpower should she survive right now, but she's taken out of the legs and hit with the super kick for a second time. Ref quick to make the cover, but once again Williamson gets the shoulder up. And Kyrie, can she find a winning ingredient? She has been very impressive, and she doesn't look like she's showing signs of slowing down. Maybe one more big knee could wrap this one up. Looking for the ripcord knee strike again. Connects perfectly with the ripcord knee strike. And Kyrie Brooks, I think I have just become your #1 fan. Holy damn, what a debut. If you want to show how good of a wrestler you are, that is how you do it. Kyrie Brooks, welcome to WIW. And look at this, a very well-deserved extension of the hand and a shaking and a sign of respect. Kyrie Brooks, I think, has just won everybody over here tonight. An incredible performance. She went to every length possible to get the job done. And Kyrie Brooks, I think, has a very prominent future here in WIW. Commiserations to Katherine Williamson. Tonight there was just no stopping Kyrie, and I think we all came to that conclusion pretty early. Kyrie Brooks, your newest member of the Women's Revolution roster, and that's only the opening contest of what's to be a huge night of action to come. Let's move on down the rest of the card. A few nights ago, I made the biggest impromptu decision of my life. I was in Las Vegas watching the show, and I saw the opportunity to cash in with no justice to help Skeens out, and the pair of them beating each other down. I was never going to get a better chance than right there. But then it was taken from me. You see, Robert Hall contacted me a few weeks ago on Twitter saying if I gave him a title shot when I was champion, that he would help me cash in and get the belt. Naturally, I said no, and he took matters into his own hands. I still have the briefcase, but that night was a huge loss. I've taken a lot of losses due to bad choices in WIW, I'll admit. I am rash with my decisions. A lot of the time I fight before thinking, and I guess that's why they call me the Madman. But this was a choice that was taken out of my hands by someone who can't handle the truth. Robert Hall, you are a loser. You said that I wouldn't be Mr. Money in the Bank if you didn't let me. Well, if that is the case, then why didn't you stop me? I'll tell you why. Because you never had what it takes to get the job done. I may not be winning all of my matches, but when it matters most, I pull it out of the bag. The reason I won isn't because you let me. I got it because you weren't good enough to stop me. And now you have made an enemy. An enemy who, by fighting in one main roster fight, has the chance to earn something that you could never achieve. The world title. And the truth is, I don't need your help to become WIW champion. I am Franco Ricci. And online, you can all call me a jobber, and a loser, and whatever else. But in less than one season, I will become champion of WIW, and that is a promise. Robert Hall, if you have a problem with that, then why don't you come down and deal with it yourself? I challenge you to a match. Anytime, anywhere. Are you gonna get everything that's coming to you? Yes. And more. And when I get my hands on you, you better believe... That is right, people. Hold your applause, everyone. I'm back. I know you all missed me, but don't worry, I am here to bring you all the best wrestling this world has to offer. Listen, Frank, is it? Listen, no offense, but you're a boring piece of shit that no one here gives a fuck about. And I get it. You won Money in the Bank, and now you think you're the big dog around here, yeah? And that because of your ability to climb a ladder faster than others, that you are too good for this brand. But you're not. You prove it every time you step in this ring. Now look, I ain't here to call you a loser all day. I'm here to issue my open challenge. So, either fight or get the fuck out of my ring. Well, it looks like we have a fight on our hands. And Ricky is ready to step up to Black. Bell rings and away we go. And Ricky landing the early strikes, but the official is in here now. And hopefully we'll get a clean fight. However, he looks awfully familiar, that referee. I can't quite put my finger from where. Look at this. A little bit of respect there from Black. Just giving him the separation, but pushed straight back onto the ropes now by Ricci. Once again, the referee going to force the break. Things getting a little bit hasty to start with the little run in and attack. And I thought Ricci would come flying in, but maybe he's learning a little bit. However, I'm still not sure he's paying much attention to his track record. In fights he's not prepared for, he doesn't seem to be winning. He called out Prince Brent Diamond on a rash decision because he lost the first time round. And then, of course, at Money in the Bank because he was frustrated. Because he believed that if he didn't do this, that everyone would continue to call him names. He keeps thinking that he needs to do everything now to prove who he is, but he is Mr. Money in the Bank. He doesn't have to do any of this. He just needs to be smart and strategical. But I guess that's why they call him the Madman, because he doesn't wait around. He likes the oh, no, no, no. Not again. Oh, dear. Speaking of someone who likes a fight, and someone else who likes to embarrass Charles Black, it's Storm. And look at this, Charles begging him to turn up. But it doesn't look like he has. Oh, never mind! Should have expected this! Oh, big knee to Storm! The referee just misses the contact, can't disqualify him. Ricci saw all of this though. Trying to crawl over to score the cover and get this one out the way. It's close to the ropes. Ref doesn't call a break. But Ricci only scores a 2 count. And Storm, very much like Cody Danger did, just continuing to interfere to mess with Charles Black. Because the only thing that Charles Black hates more than interferences is losses on his record. He has literally been known to stalk people like Cody Danger and continue to mess with his life and his career just to get a rematch and to prove that he is the best. He's obsessed with his winning record, and that is exactly why Storm is targeting that. Look at that. Oh, went for a big leg drop. And Charles Black able to get out of the way. And Black now completely disoriented from the knee, but still fighting on. And that's the one thing you can say about Charles Black. He does have some vicious means to getting what he wants, and he does like to cheat. And he is no stranger to bad-mouthing people and calling himself the best. But that's all the negatives. One thing you can say about this man is that he's a fighter. Will stand and trade with absolutely anyone given the fighting chance. He's not one of those traditional guys who just come in here, call themselves the best, but refuse to prove it in the ring. He will back it up if you give him the chance. Unfortunately, though, it hasn't always been the best with his open challenges. And Black and Storm, surely we'll be seeing these two collide in the same ring again. Pretty sure this all started because they did collide in the ring. However, when Storm's in a bad mood and he wants you beaten, I can't imagine a world where he's going to get away with that. Try to apply a submission there, but I think he realized he was close to the ropes. Now going to work away on the legs again, and we've seen similar strategies from Mason Foster, the current world champion. Is Ricci learning from the top of the mountain right now into a cover? Early 1 count. Of course, Ricci still missed the Money in the Bank. That was not a recognized cash-in by the referees. They fully acknowledged that Franco Ricci did not cash in the Money in the Bank, so he is still Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. Madman in the Bank, whatever he wants to call himself. He had definitely hurt himself there with the knee, though, and now might pay for it. Spin out! Power bomb by Charles Black! And again, the hastiness, the rushed decisions might cost him again. Oh! Good counter! Ricci had it scouted, and now once again targeting the ankle that he's been working on the whole match. This could be enough here with an ankle lock. Trying to hold it in, but the Black trying to crawl. Oh, does well to flip it though. And a fast-paced matchup we're seeing right here. Ricci trying to find a way back in this one. Spinning powerbomb! Very nicely done. The referee slow to realize that he's bridged into a cover, and that affects the count. And now Ricci, can he find a way to end this one? In a bad spot is Charles Black. It brings him up. Look at this. Oh, very nice. Electric chair driver similar to that of Haley Bowen's. And Ricci knocks off Black. Well, it may have been with some assistance, yes. With this interference here from Storm. Look at that big knee across the jaw. But I don't think Ricci is going to particularly care. He needed a big momentum win to help bolster himself, to help show that he isn't the loser that he claims to be. He believes in himself once again, and he gets the win here tonight to prove it. Charles Black is not going to be a happy man, and I have a feeling that Storm might find out how angry he is very soon, although I don't think for a second Storm is very intimidated. A huge win tonight, though, for Mr. Money in the Bank. And what he does about Robert Hall in the future is up to him, but he's had some harsh words to say about him tonight. And I have a feeling that that will not go without a response, the way I've seen Robert Hall act in these last couple of weeks. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, a clash between two people who have debuted pretty recently, but really haven't had a chance yet to show what they can do. I believe actually one of them debuted last week, so this is a chance to further get a showcase in and show what he can do. The first person, though, has been waiting for a second opportunity to show what he can do in a ring, and tonight he gets that chance. It is the clutch performer, James Frost, making his way down to the ring. He won his debut match not too long ago, but it has been a while, and since then it hasn't really been time or somewhere to him to show his skills. But tonight the clutch performer gets the chance to do just that in a showcase against someone who also just relatively new, who is relatively new to the scene. And with the current current Revolution title card so stacked, it is hard for individuals to try and stand out, especially when you've got literally a fatal four-way happening tonight for the World Championship. But tonight is the chance for James Frost to show that he belongs in maybe the Revolution title scene. Perhaps maybe looking to show that he is just someone that can stand and trade with. I don't know, but I know that he has a tough opponent. This man, I believe, debuted last week and is looking to build on that impressive win. It is the King of Kicks, J Temple. A very impressive display. It was a bit 50-50 nip and tuck fight at times, but in the end, he definitely did impress. He got the job done, and J Temple is now officially a member of the roster. He is 1-0, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that James Frost is also 1-0. So now the question is, who builds on that? Who goes 2-0? Again, nothing on the line here tonight other than points to show that you can do what no one else can do, to show that you really are a star in the making here on the Black and White brand. The bell rings, and away we go. And we'll see who can get the upper hand here. Out of the gate, I notice relatively similar height there, but maybe the edge landing with J Temple. And once again, backed into a corner, and once again, the referee having to start the match by breaking him up. Went for a kick there. Caught him quicker, though, and into a snap suplex. And James Frost considers himself to be a real-life action hero. And the man who has been waiting for an opportunity to show what type of action he can bring to the ring. There's been a lot of people telling me that James Frost is someone who can be a top star, someone who needs time to show what he can do. Well, here's his opportunity, and right now he's fully delivering. Oh! Went for a suplex, it looked like, and well countered by J Temple. But as for J Temple, the King of Kicks, he waited a very long time for his debut here in WIW. He finally got it, and he showed full well why they call him the King of Kicks. And I guess maybe, as good as his strength as his kicks are, it could also be, at times be his weakness, because if he becomes too dependent on his kicks, that could be potentially where someone with a decent ring IQ could cancel you out. And right now, he's been very limited in his use of kicks, but there's a drop kick. And James Frost, a real chance to really show how much damage he can bring to the table. And we'll have to wait and see how much that really is. And look at that, there's a stunner off the ropes and straight to the top. And this is the type of stuff that you really do perform if you're an action hero, flying around like no one's business. Oh, very nice clean hook on the elbow drop from the top. And that's what the fans love to see. We've already had some great action, particularly in the debut versus debut match, but also with Ricci and Ricci and Charles Black squaring off in the open challenge. I'm surprised James Frost hasn't tried his luck in the open challenge yet, especially with Storm getting out there, causing distractions. Oh! Look at that, straight back to his feet, and that threw off James Frost there. J Temple does well to throw him off guard there, almost to say, is that the best you're bringing to me? The King of Kicks wearing down the legs of Frost right now, and that's an interesting tactic. He's going to try and go for the cover to get this one done. Only a 1. And like I say, tonight's huge main event for the World Championship includes 4 of the very best members of the brand. Omari Williams, the champion, the only champion in history, looking to defend, but he's going to have a tough task tonight. There's a big German suplex. Oh my goodness! And folding him inside out with the clothesline. Here's the cover, and it's a 2 count by Frost. And you can see on his face, he thought that was enough. That caught me off guard. The power behind the clothesline. But now he has something bigger maybe. Oh no! Temple saw it coming. Whatever he had planned, Temple saw coming. And now Temple, we saw this last week, looking for the discus big boot, potentially to knock out Frost. There it is! Discus big boot by the King of Kicks. And is one going to be enough this time around? No, it's not. Big kick out, or a clutch kick out, you might say, if you're pardoning the pun, by Frost. But a big worry sign there. A match he's dominated. One momentary lapse, and it could have all been over right there. And went for a big boot in the corner there, almost looking for a haluva kick, it looked like. But once again, the King of Kicks able to outkick him. with a drop kick. And again, as you can see, look at this, just favoring the attacks with the legs. Doesn't like to grapple, likes to show his striking ability, and imagine he probably has a martial art background, maybe taekwondo, but once again with a drop kick, and a third drop kick in a row. And now look at this flying. Oh, and a cross body there. Very nicely done by Temple. Frost in a lot of trouble. It started off very strongly for him, but when he couldn't find a finishing touch, things have changed. And now all of a sudden the King of Kicks has taken control. Oh, went for another drop kick, this time in the corner. Frost counters and into a beautiful spear wrapping around the body of J Temple. Is that spear enough to get the job done? 2 count again. And now Frost, look at this. Going big to the top. What's he thinking? He's begging Temple to get to his feet. Temple's in trouble. Oh, there's a nice elbow stern to the top of the head and straight back up again. Frost not messing around. What's Frost thinking? Oh, went for a big elbow drop that time to a laying down Temple. Temple back to his feet and Temple able to get out of the way. And this is exactly what we've been talking about. In matches like this, it's important to show what you're capable of, show what type of a fighter you are. And right now, these two showing us that they are two men who will not give up. Oh my God! Huge kick to the head of the King of Kicks. And you know full well he didn't appreciate that. And now all of a sudden, the clutch performer gonna try and pull this one out in the clutch. James Frost doing a fantastic job of fighting back after losing control in this match. Spins him around, looking for the German again. Connects. Can he follow through with this lariat? Yes, he can! Folds him inside out with that move every single time. And that should and could be enough. But it's not a 2 count again. And Frost saying the referee should have counted the 3. But he goes to the top again, maybe looking for one more. Elbow drop. He once again misses. And he can't afford many more of those misses. On the ropes now. Oh, well countered there by Frost. Frost now, what's the plan? There's the stunner again. Gives him some breathing room. Frost has looked for the elbow. Couldn't find it. Looked for something else to find it. To find a finish. He couldn't. Right now, these guys just battling it out. So, God knows what end. Because they really are producing one hell of a fight. Look at this, taunting in his face there, and he might pay the price for it. Oh God, he just did this to him. But the King of Kicks, I have a feeling, is going to do more damage with that. Huge roundhouse kick to the head. And Frost is in a lot of trouble here. Is he able to kick out? Oh my! That is a 2.9 if I have ever seen one. Holy crap, what a kick out by Frost. Oh, God, power slam. Frost is in a lot of trouble now. Surely he won't be able to kick out of a big kick. Oh, and what a huge kick it was. Spinning heel kick. Cover. Oh, my God. Look at the face of Temple.
The fire is spreading. Every so often, the gates of hell open, just for long enough for a soul to escape. And that's exactly what happened. Do you know what it's like? Do you know what it's like rotting in the fires of hell for years, for centuries? All I wanted, all I've ever wanted is redemption. A chance to purify this world that has wronged me. And now, I'm free. And now I am free to destroy, free to burn the world down, free to cause destruction. You will fear the name Maniac.
What's this? Oh! Pop-up powerbomb! Frost! Huge slam down, driving him onto the apron. Is this enough? It is. What a match. These two men, in what was only a showcase of their talents, put everything they had on the line to get this one done. And right when it looked like Temple was going to get it done, was looking for one more spinning heel kick to knock out the lights of Frost. Frost was beaten. Here was the first one, and you will see in a second how close this count actually is. Oh, that was the one before I was on about, the other kick. But look at that, an amazing kick out, but ducks under the second attempt and pulls it out the bag. The clutch performer, James Frost, gets the job done in spectacular fashion. A huge victory for him, and a huge victory, giving him momentum indeed. These two wanted to show what they could do. They wanted to show they belong in the top card talent category, I guess. And James Frost, in a grueling battle, in a brutal match with the King of Kicks, who brought his best kicks, stands tall. The clutch performer really did come out clutch tonight. To Temple, I don't think he's lost too much respect from anyone here tonight. James Frost was just too hard to beat when it came down to the actual fight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Huge win, though, for Frost. Next up tonight, some tag team action and a tag match that has been a while in the making, to say the least, but it's not been without its controversy. It is going to be Red and Zaza teaming together to fight mutually assured destruction, and the first person down to the ring is Red. Now, last week we did say that the Zaza was taken out by the team of mutually assured destruction. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the footage up at the time. We will try and get the footage up for you on the screen, but as you can see, a brutal assault from at least one member of that team, and we have no idea if the other was involved or both. It could have been, but there was a huge assault, and Red was nowhere to be seen. And before this match, we actually caught up with Red on the issue of why he wasn't there for Zaza. And this is what he had to say to us all. What, I'm supposed to protect him now? I'm not his bodyguard. I helped him so I could get one back on M.A.D. But this is his fight, and he can do it himself. But if Zaza wants to talk business and move past these losers, then I have a proposal ready and waiting for him. Mighty big words there, and something about giving him a choice. I don't know what exactly Red is talking about, but Red seems clear that Zaza knows what he's talking about. Red, saving him a couple of weeks ago, was saying he's now not his bodyguard. But I don't know. Red is sending mixed messages. I don't know what the game plan is for Red from all this. But he is here tonight, and he is helping Zaza deal with his long-term rivals who have been targeting ever since he won that briefcase in his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Zaza. Inside that briefcase holds a tag team championship opportunity whenever he wants it. All he has to do is announce it on the show at least a week before he plans to cash it in, and a match will be booked for the tag team championship. However, of course, Zaza does not have a partner. I thought potentially he was finding a partner and an ally in Red, and they are here tonight working together. However, if he has no intention of helping him take out M.A.D. or to help him, you know, deal with his enemies, is that kind of the partner that you're going to want at ringside? I don't know. Is Red even going to be particularly interested in being a tag team champion? I don't know. But these two have been tasked with dealing with a legitimate team and a building threat in the tag division, and it is up to them to get the job done. Here come their opponents, Hank the Tank Pain and Duke the Nuke Rage, otherwise known as Mutually Assured Destruction. M.A.D. have been targeting Zaza for weeks with the hopes that it would improve their tag team rankings. It definitely has. Unfortunately, though, last week they lost the match with the Birth, which obviously knocked them down the ranks a bit, but not too much. Remember, the Birth are looking right now like #1 contenders for the tag team titles. But Mutually Assured Destruction have shown for the last couple of weeks how dominant of a force they truly can be, and I don't think they have any intention on slowing down. Tonight could be their opportunity, the one they've been waiting for, to knock off Zaza for good and to prove that they really are the dominant team that they claim to be. And hopefully, by doing so for them, that could reward them with tag team opportunities. The bell rings, and away we go. Red starting this one off with Duke, the Nuke Rage. And Rage, bigger of the two there, and imagine the other is just as big. I think Zaza probably the smallest man in there, Northern Lights, after he crashes out the corner. Mutually assured destruction, get off to a strong start. And for Zaza, this has been personal, and it is the same for Duke and Hank, who have been, you know, targeting Zaza and Cody Hale and several others who were a part of the Feast and Fired match not too long ago. So it's no surprise that, you know, that these guys are taking it more seriously. As for Red, again, I don't know where Red stands in all this. For Hank and Duke, it's personal, and for Zaza, it's personal, but not for him. He hasn't been a part of this, even though he was a part of the Feast and Fire ladder match himself. He claims, though, that the only reason he helped Zaza the first time wasn't to help him, it was to get a bit of revenge on Hank and Duke. And to what extent that's true or not, I don't know. He teased something about a proposal. I don't know what that proposal is. But right now, Zaza and Red need to focus in. If they're going to win here tonight, they need to be on the same page. Both these two preventing the early tags here. That's not a bad tactic. Keep one person locked in the ring and make sure that they don't escape and keep them weak for the majority of the match. And Hank and Duke, that's one thing that has been prominent with them. They may not always win these tag matches and prove to be successful. However, one thing they have always done very well is keep each other fresh. Frequent tags in and out. They use each other very well. They know each other very well. That's very obvious in the way they wrestle. And look at this all. Red was trying to sneak around and make the tag to Zaza. Didn't end up working that way. Now back in that corner where the first tag of the match is finally made. In comes Duke, the Nuke. No, Take the Tank, sorry. Oh! And he tried to make the tag to Zaza there, but well scouted. And mutually destroyed destruction in early control there. What a huge gut buster out of the fireman's carry. And a big disapproval from the crowd here tonight in attendance. Oh! Huge thrusting kick there. And a shot to the back as well. And Red all of a sudden firing himself back up. Big takedown. Red holding his end of the bargain right now, but might want to tag out. He's taken some beatings here. Big drop kick in the corner. And it doesn't look like one is enough. A second one connects. Red not tagging right now, although he might want to consider it. He descends into the corner, and the tag is made. In comes Zaza for the first time in this match. Beautiful crossbody. And, oh, God, look at that. I was thinking maybe a tag to get out of there. He sensed Zaza was coming in, and Zaza has been a threat to M.A.D, as much as I'm sure M.A.D would love to deny it and claim that he hasn't been. Zaza has been a big thorn in their side. And although they are targeting him to prove a point that there isn't anyone who deserves a title shot more than them, it hasn't always worked out exactly the way they've wanted to. But however, they have been in majority of control of the situation. Look at this tree of woe position. Red was coming in to make the save there, but it looks like the referee said no. Just choking him out in the corner while the ref ain't looking as well. And M.A.D continuing to assert dominance in this matchup, in the very early stages of it as well. And tag is made again, and this is what I'm talking about. It's the quick, fresh tags that they keep making just to keep each other going and give each other a chance to, you know, refuel as the match goes on. Zaza not looking in great shape. That in the initial crossbody, but not much else, to be honest. Red's calling for a tag, not getting it. And M.A.D celebrates now. He stomps on his face and on his chest, and now to the legs as well. And Zaza will not, I'm sure, be very happy if Rage and Pain get the better of him tonight. He wants to prove he can be a big man in the tag division, and this isn't going to help. Michinoku driver, and into the cover. Red distracting him for long enough to slow down the count, but he still kicks out at 2. Red Not allowed to be coming in there and saving him, according to the ref. And oh, a flapjack. Red desperately needs to get in here. Desperately needs to make the tag, but I'm not sure that he's going to be able to reach it. M.A.D are in absolute control of proceedings right now. And again, they don't look like showing any signs of slowing down or letting Zaza get away with this one. Tossed to the outside. M.A.D looking like a well-oiled machine. Almost unrecognizable from that team that they debuted as all that way back at the beginning of Revolution. Never really had many opportunities to show what they could do, but they've taken advantage of the ones they have lately. Of course, a part of the Feast of Fire match, they would have loved that tag team briefcase. They've made it their mission to make Zaza pay for taking it. And Zaza has made it his mission to take out M.A.D. But right now, he's struggling. The count of 8. And back in goes Hank for the throw. Is Red going to come in off the tag? No, Zaza looks like he's going to try and put this one away on his own. Oh, and he looked like he was thinking Michinoku driver to do it, but didn't get it. And now Zaza in bad trouble because now he's going to show him how it's done, I feel. Michinoku driver into the cover, and Red breaks it up. And now Rage, Rage came in to make the save, but he kind of caught his partner there as Red got involved, and Red, very nicely done there. Doing a good job of keeping them distracted while his partner recovers. Oh, God. Oh, but he feels the pain there. He gets wiped out, and now look at this. The legal man taking out the non-legal man. But now concentrating back to Zaza as he saw him getting up. M.A.D are looking mighty impressive here tonight. And there's a nice leg-sweeping DDT. Red desperately needs a tag to get in this match. And Zaza might be able to get one now. Here we go. Zaza making the tag. Oh, no, what? Red! What's he doing? Red has just left him. Red, why? And now look at this. Now M.A.D taking advantage. What happened to wanting to talk business? What happened to this? I have no idea. He did say that he was on his own in this fight. I didn't think he'd literally just leave him like this at the mercy of these two dangerous men. And now look at him, ready to pounce. Oh, God. Oh, pop-up power slam. And that is lights out for Zaza. Mutually assured destruction. Pick up the pieces that Red had left behind. Look at this again. What an emphatic move to wrap it up. And M.A.D take advantage. But why did Red just do that? He ain't going to get any business out of Zaza if he just keeps abandoning him like that.
Your winners.
Red, I thought at first was in to help him. I thought that he was going to keep Zaza alive and well, and he could have potentially been his tag partner. Could have gone after the tag titles together. I guess it wasn't to be. Red didn't see it that way. He saw it as nothing more than getting revenge on these two. A big win for M.A.D though. Huge loss for Zaza. Let's move on down the rest of the card. It's been a crazy night of action, incredible matches, and some personal things going on, and all this kind of stuff. It's been utter craziness, but it's only going to get better now, because the main event is here, the one we've all been waiting for, an elimination, fatal four-way match. And every one of the contenders here have been building up their beef with Omari Williams, the champion, for weeks and months. In the case of Johnny Black, the last two in the Royal Rumble to crown the WIW champion was Omari Williams and Johnny Black. Johnny Black was eliminated. He then spent the next couple of weeks trying to become #1 contender. He did, and when he did, he was taken out by someone else in this match, Mark Williams, under the hired gunning of Omari Williams. He was out for some time, but he is back now with a new look and a new attitude, and he is trying to prove that he should be getting this rematch that he was promised by GM LEJP when he was put on the shelf by Mark Williams. A chance of revenge at both Williams here for him tonight, whilst also becoming only the second ever Revolution champion. And of course, another one of the many opponents that he has gathered, Omari Williams. You'll notice the pattern here is that all of this is because of Omari. Omari has not been polite. He has not made friends in his attempt to never be forgotten from history. His desperation to forever be remembered. One of his opponents tonight is this man. A man we talked about a moment ago, Mark Williams. Mark Williams was the hired hitman to take out the big man, Johnny Black. He ended up doing so. He put him on the shelf. But then Omari had to pay up, and when he did it. He won it on a distraction, as that was during their match. Nicky Hagan, who was attacked by Christian Maniac, or Christian, I don't know. He keeps calling himself different names. But that man attacked him, and when he did, that caused a distraction that allowed Mark Williams to be rolled up. And when Mark went for his rematch, that was interfered later on by Malcom Black, who tried to stake his claim for the championship. But Mark Williams, you got to believe this is his last attempt to become the Revolution champion. But for this man, the man who LEJP named herself as the rightful #1 contender for the Revolution Championship, this man is having his first chance. The only person in this match who has not had a WIW Championship opportunity as of yet. The Scotsman himself, Malcom Black, who has emerged as a true talent in WIW in the last couple of weeks and months, has shown he's worthy of #1 contendership status. But now, he's got to put it to the test. Again, he did it by beating Omari, by beating Mark Williams. He was beating everybody who he's needing to beat to prove that he is worthy of the status of winning this matchup. But in the end, all that will matter, all the record books will show, is this man right here either winning or losing. Will Malcom Black be able to finally topple Omari and end the forgotten reign? That's kind of ironic, isn't it? The reign that was purposely not forgotten will be called the forgotten reign. But here is the man who has made every single one of these men ready to kill him pretty much. All gunning for his championship that is over his shoulder. It is the current Revolution champion, the only Revolution champion in history, Omari Williams, the forgotten one. A man who has made it his life's work to make sure that he never loses that championship. A man who will literally go to any end necessary to retain the gold, or the silver, I guess, in this case. The man who has been pretty much the face of Revolution since it formed, won the inaugural Royal Rumble to win that championship, and when he did, he went to every conceivable measure to retain the championship, to the point where he still holds it today. But tonight could be his last reign, because every single one of the men surrounding the ring has their own personal grudge with Omari Williams. And tonight, Omari Williams can't rely on anyone else's help. There'll be no allies tonight, I tell you that. No countouts, no disqualifications. Everything goes. Last man standing in the ring wins and becomes the champion of Revolution. A huge match with huge implications. 4 men, but only one will be left standing. Who will walk away for the gold? I've been waiting for this match for so long. Who of these 4 will become Revolution champion? The bell rings, and we are on the way. Look at this. Everyone flying straight in. No hesitation. The 2 Williams fighting each other, and the 2 Blacks fighting each other. And look at this. No surprise that it goes straight to the outside. Omari Williams, the man who calls himself the Forgotten One, will be hoping that he's forgotten about in this match, to be honest, until the very end. But right away, his former man that he hired as a hitman is going right to work. Mark Williams doing the job, taking him out, but now he's on the ramp with him. And that could be a problematic place to be. I tell you that for nothing. Omari Williams squaring off with him. That hasn't always gone in Omari's way. It did at pay-per-view when it mattered and it was for the championship, but of course, there was big interference with that. Oh wait, what the hell? Wait a minute! That's the tag team champions! And they're taking out the man on the ramp, Mark Williams! And it's a 2-on-1 situation, he can't do anything about it! What the hell are these two doing out here? This is absurd, this is no disqualifications as well! This is all perfectly legal! They are allowed to do this! And they have just wiped out Mark Williams before our very eyes! And now Omari comes to the outside to confront the two on the... Oh, they're in matching clothes, aren't they? Oh, no, no, no! Of course Omari had a backup plan when he knew he wouldn't be able to do this! And it looks like he's aligned himself with the tag team champions! And into the cover! The referee's still inside the ring. He needs to circle back round. Oh no, the ref counted. And now they're in the ring, taking out the two legal men, might I add, and ambushing them. And Omari just watching on from the outside as his competition is being taken out by the tag team champions, no less. He's trying to fight back though. He's trying to stand strong, but right now, it's not working out too well for him. And look at this, trying to save his tag team partner. It's not working. Johnny Black not breaking the grip. Johnny Black might have just taken one out for the time being, but he hasn't seen his partner. And he gets hit with a second pedigree. And now look at this, a defenseless Black left alone in the ring. And these three taking full advantage of that fact. A triple powerbomb by Omari and the Immortals. But why are the Immortals doing this? They're already tag champs. What do they benefit from seeing Omari retain this easily? Cutter again. And this time it could be lights out for Johnny Black as well. The cover. That's game for him as well. And look at Omari, so proud of himself for getting another elimination with the help of others. Let's take a look at that again. There's the final cutter. And into the cover, a disgraceful elimination, but Omari will take it. And now all that's left from stopping Omari from retaining is Malcom Black, and he's already in pretty bad shape. It doesn't look like it's about to get much better for him. Omari already calling for the end here. He thinks he's got it. Pop-up cutter again. Everyone getting the exact same punishment from the champion here tonight. And I bet Omari's proud of himself, because he's only gone and done it. He's found a way to defend the Oh! Oh my God! He kicks out! What? And look at the faces of them. They have no idea what's just happened. Omari gonna go for it again. Going for it one more time. Just trying to put him away. I can't believe Black kicked out, but I don't think it's helped him much. Another cutter. Oh, I don't want to see that one again. Black fought valiantly. Somehow still fought valiantly after all the ambush. But, oh! He's done it again! A second kick out. And he cannot believe Black is still alive. And now look at this, going over to them saying, you finish this. And what exactly does he mean by that as these two switch places? The tag team champions now dealing with him as Omari watches on from the apron. And oh, look at this, Black! Oh, I think I knew what they were setting up for, but Black is fighting back somehow! Malcom Black is still in this fight, refusing to go away, trying to take out the threat of others on the outside, and now look at him in a submission, but no! Black couldn't finish him off, couldn't get rid of one of them as the fight continues, but look at this, Black! Black still not done, wipes out Omari, but it's just too many of them! Black getting ambushed now by Kane, I think it's Kane, I'm not sure, but goodness me! Black gets out of there, but why is he coming back? Why did he come back? He should have just left. He was safe for a moment, but look at this! And it's all legal. It's no disqualification. Everything goes. And he's finding this out the hard way. Look at this. Oh no, he counters again. Black is just refusing to give in. But again, there's still too many of them. I knew they were bad people, but I never thought they'd stoop to this level, interfering with matches that don't even have anything to do with them. Look at this. Oh, that code breaker. But they're still not done. Looking for that code breaker one more time. Viciously done. And now Omari coming in. Surely now this is going to get it done. He's going to surely do this now and retain the championship. He does. Omari Williams, in the most sickening of manners, retains his championship. Black was the only one who could really outlast the ambush. He gave everything he could to try and take them out of this fight and try to keep going. Look at this, all these highlights of him still fighting, but in the end, it was to no avail. It was cutter after move after cutter after everything. He just couldn't hold on. And all of a sudden, things at Revolution had just become a million times more dangerous as Omari Williams retains the title with the help of what looks to be a dangerous alliance with the tag team champions. All of the male champions on this brand working together. And that does not look like a recipe that I want to see happen, because it's a recipe for disaster. But ladies and gentlemen, that ruined tonight's main event, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.